Good morning, Eagles and visiting students. Welcome to Chapel. I'm Joe Sutton. Winter is officially here and we have the snow to prove it. Minnesotans are used to these cold months, but these chilly temperatures can be a shock to out-of-state students. One of our own, Brendan Scarborough, hails from Hawaii, and the first snowfall of the season was his first experience seeing snow. Eagle 7 was with Brendan when he stepped into the Minnesota Winter Wonderland for the first time.
Super early in the morning, look outside for the first time ever, and just covered in white. The trees and the branches all have like little white on them. People's windows are all frozen. Like one of my friends, you couldn't even see out of his car because the windows had ice on them. But I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of like rain with an attitude.
Minnesota's gun season opened last weekend and the hunters flocked to the woods to get their shot at the big buck. Over opening weekend, hunters registered over 54,000 deer, according to the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. These numbers are down from last year due to harsh winters and the DNR's restriction on how many deer a hunter can harvest. We caught up with freshman Nate Nelson to get a few tips if you're heading out into the woods.
Got to be prepared for the cold, especially with the wind comes up. Always wear orange. You got to get up early in the morning, like 5:30, because if you don't get out before then, you probably miss all the big bucks.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's starting to look like a snow globe outside. Kelsey, can you please give us the temperature and the weather for this coming week?
Thanks, Joe. Well, the winter season is finally here. And earlier this week, we saw our first snowfall. We're going to continue to see some lower temperatures. Today, we're looking at a clear day Friday at a high of 21. This weekend, Saturday, we're going to get a few snow showers with a high of 27 and a low of 7. Sunday, it's going to look partly cloudy with a high of 21. Going into the weekend, we're hanging around 19 degrees with an overcast on Monday and partly cloudy on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to be clear and in the mid-20s. So if you haven't yet pulling out your winter gear, I suggest doing that. Back to you, Joe.
Thanks, Kelsey. Well, the snow brings an end to the fall sports, but it begins with the winter sports. We have Brennan. Can you please tell us a little bit about the 2014 season for the fall and just a little preview of the 2014-2015 season for the winter?
Well, the 2014 fall seasons have been seasons to remember for Northwestern sports. The women's volleyball team has surpassed all expectations and earned their spot into the NCAA tournament play. They beat Minnesota Morris 3-0 at home on Saturday, getting their 5th playoff invite in a row. They played Nebraska Wesleyan yesterday afternoon and won 3-1. The next game will soon be announced. The Northwestern football team wrapped up their epic season last week at Iowa Wesleyan. The Eagles pulled off an easy 34-12 win and finished their season at an impressive 8-2. Now that the winter season is approaching, we're going from the green to the hardwood. The men's and women's basketball is now underway. Let's hope for the best for both teams as we wait in anticipation for the upcoming season. Now that's it for sports. Back to you, Joe.
Winter sports are underway, and with the icy weather, it's important to be aware of your surroundings. Our Ashley Arneson shared her story in the hopes that it'll keep winter athletes safe.
It can ruin your winter season.
You feel completely helpless.
Or your sports season.
I was out.
And can leave serious repercussions.
My head just pounding and pounding, and you can't do anything about it.
Concussions. Senior Ashley Arneson had 2 last year during basketball and was unable to play the rest of the season.
I couldn't go to school. I couldn't go to basketball. I couldn't run. I couldn't barely walk. I just had to be in a dark room.
And worse,
I couldn't even get to school sometimes. I'd literally have to turn around because I knew I was going to fall asleep at the wheel.
With basketball season starting soon, athletes have to deal with the reality of a greater risk of head injuries.
It's really common to get them, and it's really important to get help right away and not keep playing when you get hit in the head.
Athletes aren't the only ones prone to concussions. It's winter, it's icy, and if you're not careful to watch where you step, you could get a concussion too.
If you think that you've gotten a concussion, if you fall, go to the athletic trainer or go to a nurse, and they'll track you and see, your progress and how you do. But definitely stop what you're doing.
From Ashley's experience, the best way to heal a concussion is to sleep or close your eyes in a dark room and not think about anything.
And I know how hard it is being a student. That is impossible, but it's what you really have to do.
Kind of inconvenient for students with semester projects and final exams just around the corner, but take it from someone who's been there.
If you don't stop, your chances of having a concussion or your symptoms are going to last longer, and no one wants that.
Karina Triller, Eagle 7 News.
Thank you for that beautiful information, Ashley. Have you ever had a concussion?
Luckily, I haven't.
Oh, neither have I. But it's good to see you on the desk. This is your first time here, first time seeing snow, first time on the desk. How does it feel?
It's all exciting. Thank goodness it's not snowing in here.
You could have fooled me. You look very excited. Well, that's all the news that we have for you this week. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Twitter. I'm Joe Sutton.
And I'm Brennan Scarborough.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. And remember, stay fly, Eagles.